The President of France, officially the President of the French Republic, is the head of state and head of executive of France as well as the commander-in-chief of the French armed forces. The French presidency is the supreme magistracy of the country, and the president is the holder of the highest office in France. The powers, functions and duties of prior presidential officers, as well as their relation with the Prime Minister of France and Government of France, have over time differed with the various constitutional documents since the French Second Republic. The President of the French Republic is also the ex officio co-prince of Andorra, Grand Master of the Legion of Honor and of the National Order of Merit. The officeholder is also honorary proto-canon of the Archbasilica of St. John Lateran in Rome. The current President of the French Republic is Emmanuel Macron, who succeeded François Hollande on 14 May 2017. The presidency of France was first publicly proposed during the July Revolution of 1830. When it was offered to the Marquis de Lafayette, he demurred in favor of Prince Louis Philippe, who became King of the French. 18 years later, during the opening phases of the Second Republic, the title was created for a popularly elected head of state, the first of whom was Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, nephew of Emperor Napoleon. Bonaparte served in that role until he staged an auto-coup against the Republic, proclaiming himself Napoleon III, Emperor of the French. Under the Third Republic, the president was at first quite powerful. However, the next legislature was dominated by Republicans, and after President Patrice the MacMahon had unsuccessfully tried to obtain a new royalist majority by dissolving the Chambre des Députés, his successor promised that he would not use his presidential power of dissolution, and therefore lost his control over the legislature, effectively creating a parliamentary system that would be maintained for 80 years. Indeed, when the Fourth Republic was created, after the Second World War, it was a parliamentary system, in which the office of President of the Republic was a largely ceremonial and powerless one. The Constitution of the Fifth Republic, that replaced it in 1958, greatly increased the president's powers. A 1962 referendum changed the constitution, so that the president would be directly elected by universal suffrage and not by the Electoral College established in 1958. In 2000, a referendum shortened the presidential term from 7 years to 5 years. A maximum of 2 consecutive terms was imposed after the 2008 constitutional reform. Since the referendum on the direct election of the President of the French Republic in 1962, the officeholder has been directly elected by universal suffrage. They were previously elected by an electoral college. After the referendum in 2000 on the reduction of the mandate of the President of the French Republic, the length of the term was reduced to 5 years from the previous 7. The first election to a shorter term was held in 2002. President Jacques Chirac was first elected in 1995 and again in 2002. At that time there was no limit on the number of terms, so Chirac could have run again, but chose not to. He was succeeded by Nicolas Sarkozy on 16 May 2007. Following a further change, the Constitutional Law of 2008 on the modernization of the institutions of the Fifth Republic, a president cannot serve more than 2 consecutive terms. François Mitterrand and Jacques Chirac are the only presidents to date who have served a full 2 terms. In order to be admitted as an official candidate, potential candidates must receive signed nominations from more than 500 elected local officials, mostly mayors. These officials must be from at least 30 départements or overseas collectivities, and no more than 10% of them should be from the same département or collectivity. Furthermore, each official may nominate only one candidate. There are exactly 45,543 elected officials, including 33,872 mayors. Spending and financing of campaigns and political parties are highly regulated. There is a cap on spending and government public financing of 50% of spending if the candidate scores more than 5%. If the candidate receives less than 5% of the vote, the government funds €8 million to the party. Advertising on TV is forbidden, but official time is given to candidates on public TV. An independent agency regulates election and party financing. French presidential elections are conducted using runoff voting, which ensures that the elected president always obtains a majority, if no candidate receives a majority of votes in the first round of voting. The two highest scoring candidates arrive at a runoff. After a new president is elected, they go through a solemn investiture ceremony called a passation des pouvoirs. The French Fifth Republic is a semi-presidential system. Unlike many other European presidents, the French president is quite powerful.